Hey guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Frost from Kyuujin, and today we are back again, still for more despair. Wednesday, episode 5.
You reap what you woe.
Whoa,
Whoa. So last
Man,
episode,
You came up with some crazy theories. I'm not gonna tell you that.
Actually, I was editing, episodes the other day, and I literally wrote like lists of theories so I wouldn't forget. But I'll keep that for later. Last episode was the rave'n that turned into a Carrie situation. You've got the boys that, work at Pilgrim World who wanted to prank the outcast, which is bullshit. One of them literally manipulated Enid to get to the party. He did say like, oh, maybe we don't do it, but he wasn't really pushing for his friends to stop.
They literally tried to do something, yeah.
No. We also found out that Tyler, not Ryan, Tyler, when he was hanging out with those guys, he destroyed one of the murals that Xavier was doing, and he assaulted him. Tyler says he's changed. I still suspect that he's the monster because it makes too much sense. I don't think it's Xavier anymore because I think he's genuine when he says that he dreams of the monster. He could be having visions like his father. We'll see. You also got Eugene, who went to investigate the cave that we found where the monster was. We found manacles in it, so I'm thinking...
Oh, you mean shackles?
Shackles. Well, manacle... Anyway, shackles. So the monster who turns human was probably, locked up in there, and... I don't know. So I'm thinking they know they turned into a monster. They know they turned into a monster, and they either put themselves in there to stop themselves from attacking, or someone else knows what's going on and they were supposed to keep the monster locked up in there to keep an eye on them, but it's not working anymore, obviously. Eugene saw someone set the place in flames. And while I was editing, my theory was that it was someone that was not at the rave'n.
Okay.
And who wasn't at the rave'n? Since I think that Tyler is the monster, I saw myself, I was saying, maybe the sheriff, but why would the sheriff destroy the evidence? I'm thinking he has the claw and he's been told to do DNA evidence and stuff, DNA identification. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking if he found out that this was his son, he would be like, fuck off, that's my son, shit, this is that, and I need to hide the clues so he could set the place on fire. That would be one theory. It could also be someone who's manipulating the monster and doesn't want Wednesday and co to see more about what was going on. But besides the sheriff, who do we know that wasn't at the rave'n at that moment? We know the teacher, Christina Ricci. I'm suspecting her also. And I also suspect, of course, the principal because reasons, but we also
think
know
that the principal is the old pilgrim.
I'm thinking that if the old pilgrim is still around, there's a chance that it could be the principal that switches their appearance. But I also wrote that maybe, whoever is manipulating the monster is gathering body parts to maybe do a ritual to bring back the original pilgrim. This is where I was last time when I literally wrote in my little...
Basically, I'm just listening to you and I'm just laughing.
I don't care, it's fun. So yeah, I think this is pretty much where we left last episode. Oh, and I still have Bianca and
in your sight?
In my eyesight, because even though last episode she kind of opened up a little bit about how she can't really trust people's feelings towards her and stuff, it's still suspicious that she has a power that controls people. So she's not completely off the list of suspects. So basically at this point, everyone is a suspect.
Everybody's a suspect.
Yes, so sorry for this long intro. Let's jump in this episode and see if I can add more theories to my list or if we can get some answers. Please. Again, sorry for the long intro. Let's jump in this episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
In the meantime, let's go.
How well do we really know our parents?
Not well at all.
Take my father.
Back in the day.
What really happened that stormy night 32 years ago?
I want to see. So it's a flashback episode. Oh, the casting is great. Because she looks like her so much. Oh.
I don't like to tell tales, Sheriff Walker, but it's all Morticia Frump's fault.
She's jealous, so of course.
Seeing you in handcuffs, accused of murder.
She loves it.
I've never loved you more.
All right, that's enough, Addams. Let's go.
Someone else was fighting for Morticia's heart. Or maybe...
I mean, what pieces of it she has left?
But again, we can't really trust the principal on that since she has, you know, personal grievances when it comes to that. And by the way, she made things, so if you want to show it, it's time.
Try to make it.
We have our own thing. It's cool.
Happy to report that Eugene is on the mend and is expected to make a full recovery.
Yay! The person in the fountain is tripping me out.
A siren?
It's a statue, but I'm like...
So tell us everything.
I've been hunted, haunted, and the target of an attempted murder.
Ah, nevermore. Love
So
you
exciting.
Such good times we had, didn't we, Larissa?
You don't remember it the same way she does.
Do you remember when we did that duet for the Solstice Talent Show? Your Judy Garland impression was a dead ringer.
Sounds positively suicidal.
The thing is, Morticia probably remembered those dreadful years like something she loved.
Yeah.
But not everyone is
fond
like her.
memory.
Yeah.
Dr. Kimbert and I have spoken, and we both agree it would be most beneficial for you all to attend a
Oh,
family
boy.
session this weekend.
Yes. Yes.
I've always been a big fan of head shrinking.
It's not that kind of head shrinking, mon chéri.
Oh, fudge.
That is disappointing.
Aww.
But anything
Oh, I want to see that. Yes. They don't, but I do. Some truths be revealed.
And then follow up at the lab. I want the DNA results on that claw.
Okay. So that theory is shut down.
Out the window.
Tip off the scene. I'll be right there. You okay? What's going on? You know Reggie, the local coroner? He just blew his brains out.
Okay, that's not. He was looking forward to retirement, and he was going to the south and stuff with his wife.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all.
So, who wants to start?
Morticia, like.
I think it's high time my parents faced the music. Who was Garrett Gates, and why are you accused of murdering him?
Wednesday.
Do we know the name Gates?
I refuse to debate a decades-old witch hunt with you right now. The session is over.
It's
Have it your
personal
way.
for her. Who's a Gates in the show? Do we know? Do you know and you're not telling me? I feel like we've heard it before.
You insisted I go to this school. Did you really think I wouldn't find out your secret?
You don't know the full story.
Well, that's why she's asking. Why? Tell her the truth. If you don't want her to judge, just tell her the truth. It would be so easy.
Morning Song community misses you. And by community, you mean cult. I haven't come here to fight. Brandy Jane. My name is Bianca.
Brandy Jane.
New life. That place was never my home. Gideon said you'd resist. Don't say that man's name to me. That is no way to talk about your stepfather. He wants you to come home. Hard pass. He's already got one siren to do his bidding.
No wonder she says she can't trust people's feelings.
Anyway, my siren song is drying up. Recruitment numbers are way down and the wrong people are starting to ask questions. This wasn't a request. And if I refuse, then everybody here's gonna know how you sirened your way into Nevermore.
Aww.
I finally make something of myself and you want to destroy it. You haven't made squat, Bianca.
I hate her more than anyone else in this show.
Yeah, me too.
The siren can never change her scales.
This one did.
It's true that sirens are stereotypically evil, trying to lure people to death.
Gun was legal, registered in his name, Colt 45. Suicide note says he felt guilty about an old case, faked the coroner's report, and has been living with that guilt for all these years.
What case?
Garrett Gates?
But he said he faked the autopsy. Either it's true or someone wanted him to say that, but who could, I mean, if we're talking an outcast made him do it, it could be a siren. They would be able to have the power to do that. Otherwise, like, it would be someone shooting him and then putting the gun in his hand, but they would have to be there with the gun. Like that's weird.
We need to tell her.
Yes. For my sake.
It basically did a reverse tackle, right?
She'll never believe us. Okay. If she's not gonna believe you, that means that what happened was weird. So did the guy just fucking jump? Like they had a duel for Morticia and he just jumped?
No, Ms. Addams. You're under arrest for the murder of Garrett Gates. With the right to remain silent.
They had to find something big to do that after so much time.
How's your mother?
Devastated. She hates you in Orange. I caught her laying a rose in a grave earlier today. The headstone read Garrett Gates. Care to explain?
He wants to tell her the truth, so go ahead, please.
Garrett was infatuated with your mother. His infatuation turned into obsession. He started stalking her. Garrett's father, an outcast, hating bigot, was furious that your mother had accused his only son. It all came to a head the night of the rave'n dance. Your mother and I stepped out to catch her breath.
Yeah, right. You're not breathing much here.
That's enough breathing for these two.
And that's when I saw him. His twisted love for your mother had made him insane.
Go, get out of here. You won't hurt me. No!
What happened? Come on.
My survival instinct kicked in. It was a terrible accident.
Something's off with his eyes, though. He had like red rimmed eyes and something weird on the corner of his mouth.
His confession sounds entirely
Foam at his
plausible.
mouth?
But then there's the matter of his tells. The way he smooths his mustache. The way he delivers a comforting wink. I've been playing Russian roulette with him since I was 12.
Damn it.
I know them well.
It's not the whole truth.
I found the monster's cave, and I gave you the DNA evidence.
DNA results. No match, inconclusive.
So you truly believe this is all some coincidence?
Garrett Gates' family deserves closure, even if none of them are around to take comfort in it.
What happened to them?
His mother hung herself in the backyard, his father drank himself to an early grave, and even his little sister didn't escape. Sent overseas, ended up drowning.
I think that's weird, and I think it's all linked.
How so?
Someone was trying to kill the family. I'm thinking again the pheromones or something, the plants could be used to force someone to do shit. A siren could force someone to do shit. It's kind of like a conversion camp where, oh, that's fucked up.
These aren't just ordinary summer camps. These are camps for lycanthropy conversion.
It worked wonders for your cousin Lucille, didn't it?
Accept her for what she
Don't
is.
you want a wolf out and finally be normal, honey?
Oh my god. It's literally like gay talk with parents that are against LGBTQ+. Like,
Yeah.
us. Don't you want to be normal? Fuck you.
What'll happen to him now?
Well, he's confessed. So there won't be a trial. After he's sentenced, he'll be sent to a state penitentiary where he'll lose his mind being separated from mother.
If he confessed, either someone forced him to, or he feels like he has to say that because they're like there's a reason. Because it was Morticia who did it.
Find out the truth.
What?
Free Dad.
I mean, it would make sense though, that he takes the fall so Morticia doesn't end up in prison.
Give me one.
And she went and gave a rose to his grave, so she feels bad about his death. Which for an Addams is weird.
Hello, Wednesday. So you're a nightshade.
Actually, I rejected them. I'll never live up to your legacy here. I won the Poe Cup, you claimed it 4 times. I joined the fencing team, you captained it. Why would you send me somewhere where I could only ever exist in your shadow?
It's not a competition, Wednesday.
But mostly I rejected them because they're a trivial social club.
I used to be so much more. In fact, the group was started by an ancestor of your father's from Mexico.
Oh.
Goody. I saw her painting at Pilgrim World.
She was the one who killed Joseph Craigstone. The nightshades were her secret but deadly answer to his oppression.
Father didn't kill Garrett Gates, did he?
You did. That's the question. Come on.
No.
She did it. She did it.
He was even foaming at the mouth.
Not normal.
It was like I was staring into the eyes of a rabid beast.
The monster?
It was only when I heard the scream that I realized what I'd done. Your father was so calm,
He loves her so much.
Your father took the blame in order to protect me.
Foaming saliva, dilated pupils, mental confusion. What are those all textbook symptoms of?
If you say the plant stuff.
How can that be?
There's only one way to find out.
This reminds me of when you got your first grade taken care.
Oh my God. First theory was the plant stuff.
Hello, Garrett. I was right.
Well, well. What do we have here?
Just a happy reunion.
Lockup tonight. You're both under arrest.
Oh no! What have I done?
It's a family fun.
I've seen jackals with more self-control than you do.
They love each other. Stop it.
I borrowed it from Garrett. He died from nightshade poisoning.
Which means Garrett was dying.
Before you stabbed him.
Come on.
Okay.
You're still worthy to be called my son! Kill all those outcasts.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh. And the family died because they wanted revenge.
Did you have a vision?
The night Garrett died,
He's
he
fucking
had a
dead.
vial of nightshade poison that broke in his pocket. He was going to use the nightshade poison to murder the entire school.
So
That is
someone,
so exciting.
but like someone,
Short notices.
I think someone knew
well.
that they were responsible and went after the
Garrett
family.
Gates wasn't killed by a stab wound.
Whoa, what the fuck?
But you already knew that. You were in charge of the case and covered it up.
Ansel Gates hated outcasts and nevermore. Garrett went there that night to spike the punch. Ansel confessed the whole thing to me in a drunken stupor. It was his idea.
You knew the truth.
Yeah, it wouldn't go against the guy
There
who.
have been trial. Jericho's and Nevermore's reputations would have been trashed.
I think the only reputation you were worried about ruining was your own.
That's how he got to the position he's in.
What do you want?
The truth, my man. Come out with the truth.
All charges dropped.
Do we have a deal?
Yeah.
Do not mess with the Addams woman.
But I think that since that all happened, either the family really felt bad, but it seems too
You were very
weird
impressive.
that everyone died after. The dad, I would have gotten it, but the mom and the sister, I think someone actively went after the family for revenge.
Took them out.
Sometimes when I touch someone or something, I get these very violent glimpses from the past or future.
Our psychic ability resides on the spectrum of who we are. My visions tend to be positive. That makes me a dove.
Hers is about murder.
You're a raven. Your visions are more potent, more powerful. But without the proper training, they can lead to madness. Somebody from our bloodline reaches out from beyond to help us when we're
Well,
ready.
goody.
Goody has.
Be careful, Wednesday. Goody was a witch of great strength, but her vengeance pushed her too far, and even she couldn't save herself.
Goody might not be a good goody.
I don't remember if I talked about that theory, but I said it as a joke that maybe Christina Ricci was Goody. I think it would have been so cool that she was the original Wednesday.
So, it's decided 6 weeks at Camp Howell. You'll need to pick which activities.
No, I don't, because
Yes.
I'm not going. If I'm meant to wolf out, then I'm going to do it on my own timeline and not yours.
Yes, you go, girl. I'm so proud.
Our father is really proud of his daughter.
Can you say something?
I'm proud of you, kiddo.
Yeah.
You do you.
Thank you. That's all he said today. Now, can you do the same? Fuck you,
I'll
mom.
come back and
Bye.
help you under one condition. Wait until the school year is over. But after this, you and Morning Song are out of my life. Forever.
At least we can't say Parents' Weekend wasn't a nail biter.
I knew you didn't have what it takes to be a murderer.
I'm disappointed.
You have your own path to blaze. If you need me, I'm only a crystal ball away.
Thank you, Mother.
I mean, I think we're on our way to solving their relationship, and this is great.
Yeah?
Yeah, go. Meet her halfway. Yeah. She respects her boundaries, and I like that. It would be difficult to have a mom like Morticia, but she's so understanding. It's actually great. Did she leave a message or something? Or you're gonna see someone?
I did witness Rowan getting murdered that night. When Rowan appeared the next morning, it was you. Not only did you impersonate Judy Garland,
You
you
were
became
Judy.
her. You're a shapeshifter. I'm curious to find out how Sheriff Galpin feels when I tell him.
You won't tell us so, Miss Addams. Rowan's father already knows what happened, and he fully supports my decision not to involve the authorities. Because Rowan was not in his right mind. His tragic death allowed us to rectify the situation without casting the school or Rowan in an unflattering light. I did what I needed to do to shield the school from controversy and protect its students from harm.
Tell that to Eugene. How are you protecting him?
What's wrong? Oh, it's on fire? Fire will rain. Will rain, okay. Oh. Okay. So, there's a lot to unpack again.
We finally discovered the big secret about what happened 32 years ago.
Yeah.
With Gomez.
Makes sense that he would cover for Morticia. He loves her too much. Well, too much. He loves her perfectly, but it makes sense, and I'm actually glad it wasn't like someone else, because I don't want to add any more mysteries to what I already have.
Yeah.
So that's okay. We know how it happened. The frothing at the mouth and the eyes was probably the thing that exploded on his chest, so that explains that too. The fact that he went, he had this mission of putting the nightshade in the bowl, and he chose to go after Morticia and get rid of Gomez instead is a bit weird. But then again, if he was really turning into like this stalker dude, he was young, he was probably too emotional. And so I'm not going to go and say like, oh, someone, manipulated him or something. Or, I mean, I don't know. I do get the feeling though that someone was aware this was happening. Someone found out. And if Goody is still somehow around and she found out, she would want to get revenge against this family for what they did. They are also supposed to be the oldest family in Jericho. Let me look at the face of the family one last time, because there's a reason why they did a shot of them.
A close-up?
Yeah, I want to see their face. Right now I'm like, I should think that they look familiar. I think the little girl is the one that has the most emphasis on her. The mom maybe, but like,
what I mean, from what you just said in that episode, we know that Garrett is dead. The father shot or hung himself, right?
Hung himself? No, it's the mother who hung herself?
Well, the mother hung herself, so they got the body. The father
drank himself to
death, so they got the body. And the sister, the daughter, went away and drowned. So she's dead, but we don't have the body, if you think about it.
I'm thinking, there's a reason why people are dying. I don't think it's random. I do think the monster protecting Wednesday is one thing. The monster killing certain people randomly, it looks like it's random, but then keeping body parts. I think the murders, if it's to protect Wednesday, that's my theory, that it's Tyler. The rest, I'm thinking maybe someone is controlling the monster to either get back at the people. If Goody Addams is still around, I'm suspecting Christina Ricci. If she's still around,
someone could have ended up murdering all the family because they were so much against the outcast. So
that's the thing. I'm thinking if Goody was, she was told to survive at all costs. She was, her family died. They say she killed the pilgrim and stuff. Like, my theory at first was that if Christina Ricci's character was bad, or at least that she was doing something, maybe she was trying to bring back the first pilgrim. But now, like, I actually like my theory that she's the original Wednesday and that she could have survived. Like, if she's a powerful witch, she could have found a way to stay alive or at least come back. I don't know. But it would make sense that since she played Wednesday back in the day, it would be a cool, wink wink, that you get to play the older her, sort of. So I'm thinking if she's still around, she created the nightshades that we know. Christina Ricci knew about the nightshade. She knew how to open the door. She knew how to get to the place. So I think it's her. And I think that if it is her, and if this is all true, she would have gone after the people who hated the outcast. So anyone who shows bigotry, anyone who shows that they would be willing to kill, her people and stuff, she would be fiercely fighting for the school. But that also puts, like, if it wasn't for the principal used to be at school with Morticia, I would be suspecting the principal, because I'm like, damn, like this principal does anything in her power to protect the school, protect her students, which, I mean, she's the principal. It makes sense, but still, that also fits the entire, MO, like, it fits the entire character of Goody.
Yeah.
But then again, we also see that she's close to the teacher, to Christina Ricci, when she covered the whole, there are many teachers at the school, but we only ever see these two, and they hang out together a lot. And Christina Ricci is the one that, drove, the principal disguised as Rowan to the train station and stuff. So I'm thinking if, when you become the principal or something, maybe if the other one is Goody Addams, maybe she gets close to the principal, maybe I don't know, I feel like there's something there. Maybe they work together to protect the school, but Christina Ricci, there's a reason why people recognize her whenever she shows up. They're like, oh, I mean, your face is familiar. I think she's been around for years. It's just that sometimes she needs to go away, so they forget that she doesn't age or something.
Didn't she say that she was at the school for only 6 months?
Yes, but I think that she, kind of like the vampires in Twilight, she plays her part, and then she needs to go for a little while, so they forget that she doesn't age and stuff, and then she comes back.
Okay.
I think this is the theory I'm going with right now. But the whole fire will rain, like, who set the place on fire? I'm thinking maybe there's someone actively doing stuff here, but again, it could also, like, I don't know, it could also be, like, Morticia said that Goody's obsession went too far. If she's still around, if she is Christina Ricci, going too far, what does that mean? Killing people? This could be going too far, definitely.
Well, she did the first founder. She
said she killed them, but
Jackson, I forgot his first name.
The first pilgrim, yeah. So killing people, that's definitely one step too far. But can we go even further? Like, if she's around, would she be staging potential attempts at the school, so they rebel, so they do something about it and go fight? Like, maybe she wants to, the principal is trying to keep things calm. She's trying to get the outcasts and the normies to be friends, and she wants to make, chummy with the mayor. They're all trying to move on from this fight, but I think that if Goody is still around, she would be maybe trying to restart the war, because she doesn't want peace, she wants revenge. She wants to go against them. And there's also the whole thing about your visions can be trusted. You're seeing what you want to see. She doesn't want to see Goody Addams as the villain, and when she's in the vision, she says, like, he's never gonna let us go, like, he's never gonna stop. I'm thinking maybe she could be saying that so that, we don't forget that, they're not meant to be our friends, they're meant to be our enemies. So there's a thing there. Like, this is my whole train of thought when it comes to Goody Addams, and like I said in the beginning, I still think the monster might be a Tyler, because the only two who knew where Wednesday was when the monster showed up were Tyler and Xavier, and I believe Xavier when he says that he has visions of the monster. The thing is, Tyler also assaulted Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he was a monster when he assaulted him, but the fact that Xavier has visions, nightmares of the monster, and he was assaulted by Tyler kind of makes sense. And I forgot to say that, but when I edited last episode, Wednesday got the vision of the monster attacking Eugene when she bumped into Tyler.
You're sure it was Tyler?
Yes, because I went back and I looked. I was editing and I was like, wait a minute. I went back and I was like, okay, someone kind of falls into Wednesday, no vision, but then she bumps into a guy and she has the vision. So I went back and I was like, where is Tyler? Where is Xavier? And I looked correctly and it's Tyler. She bumped into Tyler and she had her vision. So my final theory with the who's the monster is it's Tyler. He's got anger issues. He's got problems and stuff. We saw him scream. He knew where Wednesday was. He protected her. He has a crush on her. I'm thinking he is the monster. As for so I think when he protects Wednesday, it's him. Just if he's not conscious when he's the monster, like if he doesn't know what he's doing, it's just his feelings that take over and he protects her. But when it comes to killing the random people all over the place, I think someone is controlling him. And why I'm really suspecting Christina Ricci here is it's because she talked about how some plants, would manipulate, or control the men and stuff and make them do shit. And what do they get after? Well, probably death or something. Like, she talked about how you can manipulate people with plants. Like, she knows that a lot. And if she is goody, she's a powerful witch. So she would be able to not only, maybe she cursed him. The guy went after an outcast, like the guy attacked one of their own. Maybe it's a punishment, or something. Maybe she knows. Maybe she controls him to kill these people. And is it random? I don't know. Maybe they are descendants of people who used to be there back in the day. Maybe they are linked to the first pilgrim or something. Because I still think that there's a reason why these people were hurt, and a reason why body parts from them are being taken. I think it's for a ritual.
Okay.
I don't know why though. I don't know why the ritual. My thought was to bring back the first pilgrim. That was my first thought. But if it's Goody Addams, I'm like, you killed the guy. Why would you bring him back? So unless someone else is doing the whole thing, I don't know. But the thing is, after all of this, I'm also still very suspicious of sirens. This episode with Bianca, I thought was really great. Last episode too, we got closer to what's going on with her. But the whole... Because she seems to be really trying to get away from her mom, which by the way is one of the worst characters in this show. She is so bad.
I mean, we got two examples of sort of controlling mothers with Enid's mom and with Bianca's mom. Well, Brenda Jane. Bianca's mom.
Bianca.
Both of them tried to
make them
to the image that they would like. They do not really accept them for who they are, or they try to control what they're doing to their likings.
But where Enid rebelled against that, which by the way I am very proud of that, because conversion therapy, that's fucked up. In the real world it exists and it's sick. So to see it translated to the wolf thing, bullshit. And it's based off of, fear of differences, fear of the not the ordinary and stuff, but who usually, I remember when my mom, I used to, well, I still do, but I used to be very masculine with how I dressed and stuff. And my mom would freak out over that because she always wished I was more feminine. And she wanted me to wear dresses, wear, skirts and stuff. And I was like, this is not me.
Jewelry, makeup.
Yeah, jewelry. Well, makeup I do now, but back in the day I didn't. But jewelry, I don't do that. So she was like, I wish you would be more feminine and stuff. And you would be not normal. I don't think she ever said normal. But still.
But she basically said that you look like a dude. Well, that we look like a dude.
Well,
we were a woman, basically.
Back then I used to fight that, but now my typical answer to that is who decided that, this was normal, this wasn't? Who decided this was feminine, this was masculine? And you're basing your opinions of me on that one person's, decision back in the day. One person decided that this was masculine, this was feminine, and now everything changed for you. Now you base everything off of that. So it's fucked up. It's kind of the same here. Because wolves do that, you expect your daughter to fit in the mold. But if she doesn't make her abnormal. It doesn't make her different. It makes her her. She's who she wants to be, and when that happens, that happens. She doesn't have to be like everyone else. I know it's the mentality of the pack.
I mean, I know. Have you ever read stories about wolf or werewolf and stuff?
No.
I mean, sometimes there's the
yeah.
controversy that I'm not able to change into my wolf aspect, so I'm different. I'm an outcast. I'm not like the others. I don't fit in the pack.
In this story, this is important because of the wolf aspect, which makes me hate her less, the mother. It still sucks, but it's true that for wolves, they are pack animals. If you are the alpha, beta, and what's the other one? Omega. If you're the omega, you're fucked. You're alone. You don't have partners. You don't have friends. So basically, you have to defend yourself alone in the wild, and you're usually the one that dies. You won't be accepted in a pack or anything. Like, it's not good to be the omega. Are you sure it's omega?
Right. Alpha, they're in charge. You got the beta or the second in command, and you have the omega who are the bitches.
The blue eyes in Teen Wolf.
Different lore, different story, but omega are the bitches basically.
The blue eyes in Teen Wolf. So, but yeah, it's not fun to be like that. So in a way, she's trying to look out for her daughter, but the way it was voiced, the way it was said in this episode,
you're different, and I don't like it.
You're not normal.
You need to be normal like us.
It sucks. Like, what do you think she feels like? Like, she is the one that suffers from that the most, and don't you think she hates the fact that she can't be like everyone else already? Like, you don't have to push it. But that's Enid, and she rebelled against that, and she stood her ground, and I think it helps that she's friends with Wednesday, who's very, independent, and she's really, driven, and it helps also that she's found a boyfriend that accepts her for who she is, and that I think she's flowering, like she's flourishing in this environment, and it's great to see her take control of her life like that.
Do you think that maybe the father could have expressed vocally more his opinion to his wife?
Yes. It kind of looked like she looks at him like, can you say something? Can you intervene? But he lets it happen. So
it's probably the omega in the relationship.
He's definitely the bitch. Yeah.
Sorry, nothing against the dad, but I think probably you might see that the mother is concerned for her daughter, but is really, really, really bad at expressing it.
Yeah, well, he
should express the fact that our daughter is fine. Stop with your bullshit. She's gonna wolf up when she's ready, or if she doesn't even wolf up, she's still our daughter.
That's the thing. Like, because of how the mother treated her in the episode, I was like, you know what? I actually don't want her to wolf out at all. Because, like, if she does wolf out, it's kind of like saying that she needed to do that in order to be whole. But if she doesn't wolf out, it shows that she can be a strong character on her own without that. I'll be fine with both, but...
Who's to say that she's not wolfing out because she's just insecure about herself?
I don't think she is.
Because maybe she could just be a late bloomer. And the fact that she's a late bloomer, she's become insecure. Like, performance... problem?
Yeah, but I don't see that so much in Enid. She's so outspoken, she's colorful. I don't think she it's a side of her that she's she doesn't like for sure. But to say that it would stop her from wolfing out,
it could be.
We saw her lash out literally, like when Ajax didn't show up.
Yeah, but I mean, technically, since Wednesday came to Nevermore, she helped Enid to be more confident in herself.
Yeah. We will see, but I'll be happy no matter what happens with Enid, if she does or if she doesn't. It makes a good statement either way.
Yeah.
But Bianca, on the other hand, went with what her mom asked, so I'm like, what the fuck? What kind of dirt do you have on your daughter that she feel? Well, she did say that she was gonna tell people how she got into Nevermore, so that means she manipulated the higher ups to get accepted at the school. That's bad, definitely. But then that also that makes me wonder, like, how the fuck, like, if she technically isn't a part of the system, like if she wasn't gonna be accepted at the school, why? Is it because she doesn't have good credentials, like a good family name that fits with the school? And if so, how the fuck did she learn about the nightshades? Just because she's popular? That's weird. The whole thing about Bianca is that I can't trust her power.
I mean, with that episode, when I watched the show the first time, that episode made me really like Bianca as a character, because I mean, with the way that her mom is so controlling and shitty, and forcing her to basically control people to join their cult.
I'll just cut you to say something here. It's kind of like her mom, like, you're a siren, you're meant to be a certain way. So her mom went completely with, you know, that stereotype of what a siren should be like, and she expects, kind of just the same as Enid, like you said, she expects Bianca to be just like her. And even further than that, it's not so much that, oh, for my daughter's sake, I want her to be like that. No, it's like, I need you to control the people. Like, it's fucked up.
But I think it got worse when she met the stepfather. I mean, I think he's the one who is technically controlling his siren wife and her abilities to his liking.
Yeah, like I said, no wonder Bianca said something last episode about how she can never trust someone's true intentions, because you don't know, like, are they saying they love me because they do love me, or are they saying they love me because they want to manipulate me and use my power? There's always going to be that question. With a strong power, definitely comes, you know, expectations from others and demands and stuff. But the thing that's sad with Bianca for me is that I am starting to like her too, but there's always the question.
It's like with the other TV show with Gen V. You had your doubt about Kate. Oh, she has a strong mental power, manipulation.
I ended up being right. That's the thing. Because, like, okay, you want me to tie this in? How that worked? My brain is working 24/7 on this. Let me see.
She drives me nuts.
How would I tie in Bianca with the whole theories I said earlier? She had to get into the school one way or another. I'm thinking she wants to do good. She wants to change her life. But there was a price with coming into the school. She could have used her power to manipulate, you know, the principal and stuff, but still you got to come up with papers and stuff. People would have noticed. So I'm thinking, maybe if my theory that, for example, Goody Addams is still around and stuff is real, she could be using Bianca by asking her to use her power to control the beast or more, in order to be accepted at the school. So, like, you want to get into the school, I'll give you a chance, but in exchange, you got to do stuff for me.
Okay.
I think that could work. Because I think that if Bianca is... Because I still don't trust her power. If Bianca is using her power, either she's fucking evil and she's good at hiding it, or she had a reason to use her power, like it was personal and she did it not because she wants to, but because she feels like she has to, because she really wants to get away from the whole cult thing. Like, she was literally on the run, she said. So this is a bad situation that she needs to stay away from, and I think I'd rather have that. Like, if this is true, if she's helping Goody Addams, if it's her or anyone else, like if she's using her power to control the monster or anyone else in the school, I think that I'd rather have her do that because she feels forced to do it in order to change her life than just have her do it because she's evil.
Than being the grandmaster of things.
Yeah, because I don't see why that would be so. Like, right now, at least, I don't feel like...
I think that she's being used again or something?
Or, well, manipulated as in, like, you want this, then you'll get this if you do that for me. Mm-hmm. And that would explain why... some people do things that were like, it's out of character, but not so much, but still it's weird. Like, the Gates family, and like, if Goody Addams, again, I'm going to go with that theory, but if they went after the Gates, but it looks like suicide, I'm like, either you kill them or you, well, back in the day, it couldn't have been Bianca, of course, but I'm like, how do you push people to do that? Either it really was guilt, and because the father, that could have happened, but the others, I'm not sure. So can you use a siren's voice to make it look like a suicide? The coroner is the one I'm thinking of when I think Bianca might have done shitty stuff, because I'm like, how, 20 years later, it suddenly comes back like, no, he was too, focused on his retirement, on his trip. he could have been, you know, feeling guilt for what happened, but I'm thinking someone made him do that.
Okay.
Saying that he regrets changing. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. If they wanted the truth to come out, that it wasn't an outcast who killed him, they wanted the truth about the nightshade stuff to come out, then yeah, they would want the truth to come out with the coroner. The police officers and stuff, they chose to ignore that, ignore, you know, the what he said about changing the autopsy, so they went for Gomez. But if I'm Goody Addams and I want to get back at people who hunt outcasts and don't give a shit about outcasts, then yes, I would push the coroner to write this note and kill himself.
Okay.
So, but to do that, I would use a siren to force them.
More convincing?
What?
More convincing?
Well, you're sure it's gonna work. You're sure it's gonna work. You can't just try and make them do something and risk having them tell your secrets. This is a lot of theories, you guys. I'm really gonna push this, and if I'm right, this is cool. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna be super happy to see what really is going on.
In the meantime,
Yeah, she's not giving me shit.
No. And she tried so many times.
The other day, I just said, like, please just tell me if I'm in the right ballpark, because I was going crazy with the theories. I was editing an episode and writing my theories, and I was just like, oh man, like, I felt so desperate for an answer. I was like, jeez, can you just tell me if one of my theories is in the right ballpark? But she didn't give me shit, so I kept stressing over this. I'm not stressing, but
I am strong,
obsessing. In any case, it was a really good episode, and we're almost done, so yeah, I'm expecting more and more answers.
Almost close to your answers.
Yes, so I'm excited, and hopefully you guys are too. So thank you guys for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next 2 episodes right away, they are on Patreon already. You can check them out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't want to, the next one will be up on YouTube pretty soon. So, this is as you like. I'm gonna see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.